Hello everyone, welcome to this new video. Today I'm showing you how I'm using WhatsApp on Ubuntu Touch and without Android or Redwood, but with my application Whatsnew. So let's go. Alright, Whatsnew is an application that you will find on the OpenStore, which is the application store for Ubuntu Touch, our favorite smartphone operating system. Whatsnew is designed to display WhatsApp web inside an Ubuntu Touch application. Well, you should know that WhatsApp web is an official web client for WhatsApp, but it has the disadvantage of not displaying well on a vertical screen. It will even refuse to display in a browser that is detected as a mobile browser. So one of the main roles of Whatsnew will be to apply a theme to this WhatsApp web interface so that it displays well on our vertical screen and in our Ubuntu Touch application. In order to achieve this, Whatsnew is based on Electron, which is a framework dedicated to building web applications in the most customizable way possible, and which is based on Chromium web engines. So, in this video I'm going to show you with the features of Whatsnew using some video screenshots. And let's begin with this first screen that allows you to link your Whatsnew application to your main WhatsApp account. Well, you should know that Whatsnew is a secondary WhatsApp client, because WhatsApp web itself is a secondary WhatsApp client, which means that you will need a primary WhatsApp client that you will have to create on an Android or iOS device. But that being said, you can also create that primary WhatsApp client inside a Redwood container. Well, a Redwood container allows you to have some Android container on Ubuntu Touch. Once you have your main WhatsApp account up and running, you will be able to link it to Whatsnew using the QR code or using the alternative procedure by entering your phone number inside Whatsnew. Once you have linked your main account, WhatsApp is going to load and display your chat list. Next, I will show you the chat features through this solitary conversation with myself. Of course, I will be able to send a text message, but I will also be able to send an audio message and receive them. Then I will be able to send an attachment, and this by using Content Hub, which allows to share files through applications in Ubuntu Touch. In this case, I will take a picture directly from my camera and send it through Content Hub, and we can see that this picture of this lovely bird appears directly in WhatsApp. Alright, I'm now going to search for a message, which can be a very useful feature. I'm also going to be able to access the contact profile and get all the information about him or her, including the list of attachments. In the latest version of WhatsApp, I will even be able to edit the contact details. In the menus, you will find a lot of advanced features that I won't go into details about now. You can also select a smiley through the WhatsApp smiley panel, although you can also select a smiley inside the Ubuntu Touch keyboard. By the way, notice how well the chat displays in Whatsnew. Well, it's because it displays well inside WhatsApp web. I can also transfer a message from one conversation to another. I also have access to a context menu for a message, which provides me with a lot of advanced features. In this case, I can check whether my contacts have read the message or not. I will also be able to delete the message. You can access a lot of advanced features inside the chats. Here I show the example of polls. I can create a poll without any hurdle. But this shows that you access the whole range of features inside the chats. And the good point is that you can expect that if a new feature appears in the futures, then it will be integrated inside WhatsApp Web and then be accessible inside Whatsnew. Okay, let's now export an attachment with Content Hub. I will be able to select the application I want to open this image with. In this case, let's select the File Explorer application, which will allow me to select a folder in which I want to save my file. Let's now explore the left menu. In order to do so, we'll have to click on the three dots icon in the top left-hand corner. In this menu, we'll find many settings. For example, we'll be able to select a dark or light theme. We'll also be able to choose our status. We can find WhatsApp channels and explore the communities we've joined. Finally, you'll find a list of all the messages you've shared or received in WhatsApp. Last but not least, audio calls work in Whatsnew. Note though that you will need to join the beta inside WhatsApp Web in order to get calls. Also, during first use, you will need to wait for all your messages to be synchronized before the calls button appear. Oh, and I was about to forget, you can get notifications as long as you keep the app running in background. So, as you can see, Whatsnew has most of the features that you would find in a native client, but it has a few limitations that I have to share with you. So, the first limitation concerns the notifications. So, you can have notifications with Whatsnew, but you will have to keep the application running in background to get notifications, and this can drain a little bit more the battery than usual. Then the second limitation will concern the fluidity of the app and how fast it is to launch. Well, you will find that the app is a little bit slower to start than an application that would be a native application because it has to load the WhatsApp website. And even when you're going to navigate through the application, you will find that it's a little bit less fluid than a native application. That being said, to me, it's still quite good. I mean, it's very usable and it really has improved in comparison to what we had even a few months ago or, well, a few years ago. The third limitation is that you won't be able to make video calls with Whatsnew, at least for now, because the camera is not available inside the app. Well, it might improve, it might be possible in the future, to be clear, but, well, we'll see about that. Well, the fourth limitation will concern one-time only messages and codes that can be sent to you via WhatsApp. Well, you won't be able to read this kind of messages simply because WhatsApp Web does not allow to read them in the first place for security reason, for obscure security reason, I would say, coming from WhatsApp. Well, in any case, this won't be possible. And finally, the fifth limitation will be quite logically that you won't be able to start the application if you don't have access to the internet, because you have to be online to load the WhatsApp website. So you won't be able to read your messages if you want to start the application and you don't have access to the internet, unfortunately. Okay, now I'm going to talk about the few alternatives that can allow you to use WhatsApp on Ubuntu Touch. So let's begin with WhatsWeb. You see, WhatsWeb is an application that I have used personally for a few years, and I really thank its author Adrián Campos Garrido. Well, WhatsWeb has a very similar concept to Whatsnew because it also displays WhatsApp Web in an Ubuntu Touch application, but it's based on a Qt web browser or Qt web engine browser instead of an Electron engine. And this makes the difference because unfortunately currently on Ubuntu Touch the Qt web engine is a little bit outdated. Also, unfortunately, the application stopped working for me after some changes upstream from WhatsApp. So I don't really know why, but it seems that it's still working for some people, but actually it does not work for me. But in any case, it gave me the motivation to create an application based on Electron, and it seems to me a lot more future-proof. Next, we have this brand new application provided by Bruno Almeida. It's called Greenline. It's not even published on the OpenStore yet. And it's very interesting because it is a WhatsApp client that is not based on WhatsApp Web, which means that this is really a native application and it has some advantages. For example, you will be able to get notifications without keeping the app open, or the app will start a lot faster than Whatsnew, for example. Well, let's be clear, it has also some disadvantage. For example, the features will be a lot more limited. So I think it's very complementary with Whatsnew. It's also possible to use a matrix bridge in order to link your WhatsApp account to the matrix network and then use a matrix client on Ubuntu Touch. That being said, if you're not going to self-host the matrix bridge yourself, then I don't think it's an advisable choice. Indeed, the matrix bridge is going to be able to read all your messages, so the end-to-end encryption is going to be broken. And well, you can self-host the matrix bridge, but I think it's kind of a lot of work and there are better alternatives. Finally, the last solution is to use the official WhatsApp application inside a Android container. While it might appear the best solution, some people even think that this is the only solution to use WhatsApp on Ubuntu Touch. But to me, it has some significant disadvantage. First, your WhatsApp application inside the Android won't be integrated well with Ubuntu Touch, which means, for example, you won't get notifications or you won't be able to share files with Content Hub. Then, to me, Android does not currently have the level of reliability that I need. I mean, it crashes sometimes and so on. Well, it might improve in the future. It also takes a lot of time to start, and if you keep it up and running, then it drains the battery. And finally, I'm asking myself, are we using Ubuntu Touch to spend our time in an Android container with a proprietary application? Well, I'm not sure about that. Guys, that's all for this video. I hope you liked it. Well, if so, do subscribe to this channel so you get informed about new videos, whether about Ubuntu Touch or other topics. Well, you should know that if you like my work on Ubuntu Touch, well, I can deliver the same quality of work for your projects. I'm a freelance engineer working in the field of software development, especially in the field of embedded software. So, well, if you need it, do contact me. I'll leave you my contact in the description and we can work together. And I'll see you on the next one. Ciao.